Chris, there's a question.
Sure.
So how has creating role clarity helped the managers with career conversations?
Yeah, that's a big one for us. I think what I would start with is when you have these documents, this ability to have consistent language, the first thing that it does is the employee and the leader have the same thing to work from. That is the grounding factor for the conversation. It also is a place where they are assessing, the employees assessing themselves and thinking about what's next, and the managers assessing on the same thing and thinking about what's next, where they have strength, what do they need to develop on. Now, what we're doing now is we're moving, and we just started this back in June, we're actually giving the employee the opportunity through the marketplace to actually look at the next job in their job family themselves. And we actually have some functionality in our technology that allows them to click a button, and it looks at the competencies that they have today as strength, and it looks at the new job, and it says, hey, Chris, there's 10 of these on the new job. 6 of them, your scores are really, really strong. In those 6, you might want to focus on these 4 when you think about developing for the next role. So one of the hardest things I think is for a leader is to diagnose while you're coaching and really figure out, well, what is the core skill that I need them to do to get better at something? It's the hardest thing in the world, I think, as a leader. So when you have this ability for these tools to do this, you have this grounding language and this set of documents that you're all working from the same page. And now you actually have the ability to somewhat label and define something very specifically. The career conversation becomes really interesting because we want our employee taking part in their own rescue. We want them showing up and saying, I'm interested in X. Let's have a conversation. It's always going to be the other side of the pillow as well, where they go get tapped on the shoulder by a leader and they're like, hey, we'd really like you to look at this role based on how good you are at these things. We've never really had the first part of that, where employees have had the ability to kind of come to the conversation really well informed, possibly assessing themselves, and then driving a conversation that used to be completely leader led. And again, the problem with that is a lot of that becomes subjective if you don't have these tools. So that's what I would say, that's how it's enriching it for us.